Hi, I'm Jeri Theriault. 3 years ago, a little more than 3 years, I was the editor of a collection of poems about the pandemic. It's this book here. It's called Wait, Poems from the Pandemic. And I asked poets all over Maine to submit poems, poets and artists. And my main community, I'm reading from my introduction, my main community of poets shared their worries for their children and parents, the ache of solitude, the pain of their losses, and their hope that we will come out safe and strengthened on the other side of this ordeal. They also were able to use humor, and the overwhelming feeling you get from these poems is community and hope. That's really what you're left with when you read Wait. I'm going to read the poem I wrote for the collection. It's called In a Comfortable Tempo. The you in this poem is my husband, Philip Carlson, who is a composer and musician. And he happened to use this term, comodo, which is Italian. And from that came this poem. In a comfortable tempo. You explain the Italian word comodo, a musical direction. But I think it's just how we live these days. We don't talk about the tsunami of sorrow, insomnia, and ennui. Don't talk about our chances or our guilt as others are dying or losing. We focus instead on the near at hand, the comfortable. Like yesterday when we decided to reorganize our books since the bookshelves had to be moved for painting. We're almost happy as we sit side by side on the floor of our unseasonably warm three-season porch, piling up our Whitman and Bishop, Wharton and Faulkner, my old Virgil and your Italian texts, all tiny rectangles of light, opening in a time of closing. The way meeting you changed everything for me. And isn't it grace to accept whatever comes? Like Aeneas leaving Troy when ordered by the gods, his ruined home growing smaller and smaller as he headed toward Rome. The way I've watched one home recede from a plain window as I lifted toward something new. When we finish our sorting, you leaf through your Italian dictionary. I'm thinking of the house we'd like to rent in Italy as we move the bookcases to interior spaces, which changes the landscape of our lockdown. These small rooms opening toward vineyards and villas, sun-warmed basil on an Umbrian hill. Umbria from ombra, which means shadow, and umber, the iron tint of earth.